Peasants, the divorce rumors that just won't stop. One story that hit the web this weekend that is going to keep everybody talking all week long, I personally think. And why? Is there a ton of credibility or meat behind it?
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Hollywood dream is crumbling before our eyes. From losing their multi-million-dollar Netflix deal to whispers of a shocking divorce, it looks like Tinseltown is done with the royal rebels.
Not exactly, but continuing to talk about with Love Meghan, Snorefest, or Confessions of a Female Founder. I just don't think anybody cares to talk about that stuff anymore. So I do think that you will hear more about this story currently circulating online, and it is about how the Daily Mail predicts that Netflix will not sign another deal with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry as the Sussexes, but could potentially continue a relationship with Meghan Markle as I'm so sorry, Meghan Sussex peasants. Will continue a relationship with Meghan Markle solo because there is suspicion that there could potentially be some sort of breakup in the marriage, and Netflix wants to still have their clause in Meghan if that were to take place. Now, while I think, oh yeah, that totally, well, okay, that makes sense. I would also say Netflix technically had an in when Harry and Meghan broke up with the British royal family, but they didn't get the exclusive there. Well, they got a form of it, but who got the goods was Oprah Winfrey. So if they did continue to have some sort of contractual relationship with Meghan, you would hope that they would learn from their past mistakes and ensure that they would be the first outlet she spoke to, not Oprah Winfrey and not Lemonada. But let's jump into some of this Daily Mail story that popped up on Saturday. So it says exclusive Harry and Meghan's Netflix divorce deal. Bosses want to keep ties with Sussexes for a ratings winner in case they split up, but won't be renewing their $100 million contract, TV expert claims. So I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face.
But is Meghan already planning her next move without Harry? Stick around because the drama is just getting started. Roll channel intro logo. Remember when Meghan and Harry signed that massive Netflix deal, promising groundbreaking content? Well, it turns out Hollywood wasn't impressed. Netflix just quietly dropped one of Meghan's projects, and insiders say the streamer is having second thoughts about working with them.
Vanity Fair says that there was no way it was $100 million. I don't know why we keep repeating this number, except that there's not an alternative number, because Vanity Fair said, while it's not $100 million, we have no idea what it is, but we all just keep throwing out this ridiculous number. And the reason why it annoys me, aside from the fact that I like to be credible, is the idea that if somebody thinks that you made something here, then they think that the expectation is to match you there. Although I would say that it's been pretty obvious to anybody that would potentially work with Harry and Meghan that there was no return on investment when it came to the Netflix or Spotify deal. So they would probably dismiss the idea of a $100 million anything. It says Netflix won't be renewing the Sussexes' $100 million contract, but may make one-off shows with them going forward just in case they get divorced, it was claimed today. Now, this is similar to stuff we've talked about right here, you and I, how we could see Netflix saying to Harry and Meghan, we aren't going to give you this general deal that says for 5 years, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, and we're going to pay you this ungodly amount of money. But Netflix might say, we'd like the first chance to see any projects or any ideas you have going forward. We'd like first rights at it. And if we want to do it, we'll do it. And if not, you can take it wherever else you want to take it. I've always said I felt like the trip to Jamaica for the Bob Marley movie was some sort of strategic move between Harry and Meghan hanging out with the bigwigs at Paramount Plus. I always said that.
Could this be the beginning of the end for their Hollywood reign? Here's the real shocker. Hollywood is turning its back on Meghan. Once seen as the next big power player, she's now struggling to get A-list support. Directors, producers, and even her former friends are keeping their distance.
But I have said recently, I felt like perhaps the relationship going forward would be pitch us first. And if we like what you're showing us, or if we really feel like there's some traction there or there's opportunity to grow there, yeah, we'd love to work with you again. But we don't just want to do some vague deal. And honestly, I don't know how much that really exists anymore, especially in the celebrity space, which is what I consider Harry and Meghan. I think if you have a proven track record, if you're Shonda Rhimes, yeah, I think that there are opportunities like this for you when it comes to streamers like Netflix. You have, do you ever forget that she made that Britney Spears movie Crossroads? Do you ever forget Shonda Rhimes made Crossroads? Because sometimes I do. And I'm watching it and it's incredible and I'm loving every second of it. And I'm like, Shonda Rhimes, how is it that everything you touch turns to gold? Anyway, sorry about that. Grey's Anatomy, the first season's one of the best first seasons of television ever. Competes really hard with the Vampire Diaries. Ian Somerhalder, oh, Paul Wesley, good Lord. But Grey's Anatomy season 1 is one of the best first seasons of television ever. Shonda Rhimes. But when you're Harry and Meghan and most of the stuff that you contributed in your general deal was crap, then I don't think that you are going to get a similar deal going forward. I think they're going to go like, you know what? Sometimes you do good stuff. Sometimes you don't do good stuff. There is clearly a theme in everything that's been commercially successful for the Sussexes, and it's tearing down the British royal family. And they are going to be limited at how much of that they can do going forward because the royals were keen and smart enough to cut them off. Now, I do think that Meghan continues to dangle the I found my diary carrot in front of the world. Like she has some secrets that she can potentially reveal, but she has been caught in so many lies over the last few years, allegedly. I guess I have to say that for legal reasons. Ask the Archbishop. He'd be like, I just definitely didn't marry you that day.
The reason? Some say she's burned too many bridges behind the scenes. Others claim she's just not marketable anymore. What do you think? Has Meghan lost her Hollywood sparkle? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And now, the biggest bombshell. Divorce rumors are swirling like never before. Sources close to the couple say their relationship is on the rocks.
But she's been caught in so many, they call them porcupines in the UK. Isn't that so cute? Porcupines that not everybody just, especially the mainstream media, not everybody just takes what she has to say as fact anymore. People are pretty critical all over the place, no matter whether you stood team Harry and Meghan a few years ago or team I really don't care. Unless you are full on a Harry and Meghan stan, I think that most people watch both Harry and Meghan with a little bit of, with a little bit of cynicism. They're like, was there a near catastrophic car chase in the middle of New York City? What? What? Really? Come on. Okay, so it said journalist and screenwriter. I'm only on the second sentence of this article. What have I been doing? It says journalist and screenwriter Marina Hyde, who had no idea what she was getting herself into when she opened her mouth on this particular topic, has said other streamers may also fight to work with the couple to keep a vague hand in if one day Meghan and Harry split up. The other one that I've mentioned a couple of times on this channel and elsewhere is Amazon Prime Video. We have seen Meghan try to court Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. Lauren Sanchez, who's going to space with Katy Perry and Gayle King. I'm surprised Meghan didn't invite herself up there. Goodbye. But I know that Harry was negotiating something or starting the negotiations with Amazon Prime for an Invictus. I don't think it was a documentary. I think it was actually a live event where it was an award ceremony or something prior to the Netflix deal. Also, we know that Harry was working on a deal with Apple Plus right before the Netflix deal. So those are two alternatives that we know where Harry has contacts.
With Meghan focused on her brand, while Harry feels more isolated than ever. Some reports even claim Meghan is laying the groundwork for a blockbuster divorce settlement. Could this be the final chapter of their royal love story? So, if Meghan does split from Harry, what's next? Some say she's eyeing a comeback in Hollywood on her own terms.
And honestly, that says everything.
Although, if you ask me, I think Harry is so uninterested in the Hollywood game. I think he is so uninterested in failing in front of the world, and the idea of analytics and ratings that hold him accountable for not executing something properly or successfully. But we know he's worked with Apple Plus and Oprah on The Me You Can't See, and there were rumors that there was going to be something else that never came to fruition because of Netflix. I believe that he was working with Amazon on something related to Invictus that could not come to fruition because of his inevitable Netflix deal. And then we have their friends at Paramount Plus. The wife that Meghan was seen at the Bob Marley premiere with is actually in Meghan's new show with Love Meghan. Also, that might have been a warning shot too. What the heck? Hey, let's see what else is in this article that I keep being distracted from. I apologize. She says, the reality is that a lot of people are hanging around in case there's a divorce. Amid dreadful reviews and poor viewing figures for With Love Meghan, Miss Hyde has said that she believes the couple have already had their main TV hit with the Meghan and Harry documentary in 2022. But if their marriage were to dissolve, she speculated on her The Rest is Entertainment podcast with Richard Osman that streamers would be queuing up to make a series about it because it would be a ratings winner after a string of Sussex flops. You guys know this to be true, right? You realize that everything she's saying is absolutely correct. The fallout from that marriage would be ratings gold because it's an 8-part series on the everything that Prince Harry gave up, the chaos that led to Megxit. I mean, the chapters of nastiness and spare. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. Netflix are not going to renew. They might say we're continuing to develop projects with them, Miss Hyde said. We've said that right here too. It will be a ghosting. There's not going to be a big official announcement like there was with Spotify. It will be quiet. They will try to do it under the radar. If there is an official announcement, it will be in a Friday dump, hoping that so they could try to justify that they tried to do it during a Friday dump when people would be out of the office or checked out for the weekend, even though everything Harry and Meghan does is headline news. But I agree that there will not be a big, it's over. Even if it's amicable, like Spotify with a few days later, Bill Simmons going, effing grifters. I think that it would be super under the radar. And with Netflix saying something like, yeah, on a project by project basis, we plan to continue to work with the Sussexes.
She's been spotted networking with powerful industry figures, and rumors suggest she's planning a major solo project. Will she succeed, or will Hollywood shut the door for good? The story is far from over. We'll be following every twist and turn, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest updates.
Others on Spectacle. Guess which one this is?
They will face a lot of questions, and they have been really good about keeping quiet when it comes to their relationship with Harry and Meghan. They didn't even gloat about this show at their upfronts. The reality is that a lot of people are hanging around in case there's a divorce. That might be why Netflix or whoever it might be who's got to deal with them might keep a vague hand in. Meghan could also name her price if she wanted to return to acting, Mr. Osmond said, adding, "It's what she's known for. She's good at it. Do that." I've seen a lot of people lately say she should just go back to acting, especially after watching clips from With Love Meghan where they're like, is this a robot human? Like maybe she should just go back to acting, because if she's trying to be real, this is the opposite of that.
The Meghan and Harry saga is taking a wild turn, but one thing's for sure, Hollywood doesn't wait for anyone. Will Meghan and Harry survive the storm, or is this the end of their Hollywood fairy tale? Let us know what you think in the comments below.